Welcome to RetroKork. You can see today's topic already on the screen. It's the Space Shuttle. But instead of Orbiter, from which this footage is from, we're looking at a Space Shuttle simulation for the Commodore 64 titled Space Shuttle: A Journey into Space. RetroKork. Space Shuttle: A Journey into Space, or simply Space Shuttle, by Activision was released in multiple formats, including a cartridge for the Commodore 64. So, what do you do in this game? You take the Space Shuttle on a relatively short ride, using a joystick and the keyboard. The game itself is confusing as heck. So flying level 1, which according to the documentation is merely a demo mode, is a must, just to see what is supposed to happen. I've never managed to go into space with the game. It's frustrating because I know how to get to space with the Space Shuttle. I mean, I've done so in Orbiter, for example. This game, especially this somewhat confusing documentation, this game leaves me not knowing what I'm supposed to do. Now, if Apollo 18, the last episode's game, held your hand, this game says pretty much screw you and lets you fail repeatedly because its instructions are written confusingly and you'll be on the hunt for a red button sooner or later. But by the red button, they mean the fire button. The game has no music, after all. I made that joke last time. In space, no one can hear you curse this game, so that's realistic. At least you get some rather basic sounding sound effects. Admittedly, the constant sound of, well, I assume it's the engines, even though they're usually off while you're in orbit, that droning sound can drive you nuts. That's all I can tell you about this game. I mean, you are supposed to go into space, dock with the satellite multiple times, even though that makes little to no sense, as you usually either pick up the satellite or put it out, but no, instead you have to repeatedly dock with one. And that's all I can tell you about the game. Yep. This episode's going to be pretty short. Next time, well, for episode 100, yeah, this is episode 99. I was surprised myself. For episode 100, I'm going to cover a more modern game. Buzz Aldrin's Race into Space, or as nowadays you would call it, Race into Space, because the Buzz Aldrin license ended.